welcome back to the class. We had a very long holiday, right? About 2 weeks, and so now it's back to school, right? Okay, so in today's lectures, I'm going to go over 2 topics. The first one, actually, you need to do something, okay, do programming in the class, and that's something to do with the user form. And that's something, the topic that I covered last time in the last lectures. And there is an exercise, okay, exercise questions that would like you guys to go over that one, and then try to implement the user form together with some other VBA programming skills, okay. And then followed by another illustration, another examples that I would like to cover solver. Okay, so this is one important optimization tools that we can use in Excel. And let's see how we can actually implement the solver using VBA. In fact, for some students, actually, they have used solver before, and that doesn't require any VBA programming skills, but if we would like to have the VBA implementation, and let's see how we can do this. Okay? So let's begin with the first one, exercise user form, and would like to give you a quick revisions on what we have done last time to refresh your memory, and also highlight some important points about the implementations of user form. And this is the last lecture material that I present last time. Okay, it is about user form, and so user form basically is the user interface, okay, that we will be using, and it connects with other buttons and other mechanisms that we'll be using. And to understand the user form, and we need to apply the objects concepts. Okay, the object concepts, object.property, object.method, that kind of things. Okay, commonly used in all OOP programming languages, including Java, okay, of course this VBA as well. And so last time, actually, after go through all the material, then you should have learned all this, okay. And some of them, actually, this is not the first time we cover the activex control buttons, object property, object method with an end with. We have the other examples to illustrate those concepts as well. Okay, so just to emphasize, one useful thing, useful user interface in Excel, in VBA, is user form. And let's see how to implement this one. Of course, the graphical user interface includes a lot of components. And of course, we don't have to use all of them. This is just an illustrations. And it basically presents you most of the possible components that you can use in the graphical user interface, okay? And something that you have to use, basically these 3 buttons, okay? So once the user enters the information, you want to confirm, okay, you want to transfer the data, collect the data from the user form, from the user through the user form, then the user need to click the OK button to confirm. The data need to be transferred to the worksheets and so on. So OK button must be there. To make it more convenient, okay, we need to have a cancel button to get rid of the user form. Okay, so that's why this is also important. Whether you would like to allow user to reset, okay, restart everything, reset everything, okay, then we have the clear button to reset everything, okay, get back to the initial values of the user form. So in the worksheets, okay, in the worksheets, and we should allow user to interact with the user form, okay, user form is in the back end, and when we develop the user form, okay, usually we use the developer, the VB editor, to create the user form, the look and feel, and so on. And so how can we launch the user form? We need to create a button, okay? The way that I did it was to use the activex controls buttons to, when the user click the start, okay, we'll launch this one. Okay, that one just to illustrate what the purpose of those buttons and so on. And there is another buttons to clear the data. Okay, as usual, most of the business application that we built, and we usually have another buttons to clear the data, go back to the previous status, something like that. Okay, so this is another button that we will have in the worksheets. So during the implementations, we have all these kind of components, and we have another term for this one is called controls. Okay, so here are the controls that are used, and every one of these should have its own names. Okay, so all these names should be meaningful names. In other words, do not use default name. Okay, do not use default name, and those names that you use in the implementations, you probably need them, okay, when you write a program to program the user form, to collect data from the user form. You need to refer to those names. So this one, okay, the names, this column is up to you, but you have to remember them, okay. Write them down somewhere, then later on, okay, I would like to collect the data from a text box, from this text box, but what is the names of the object? Okay, what is the names of the object, and you have to use these objects' names and in order to retrieve the data. In some cases, some objects, you may need to set the values, like the labels, okay, we need to set the values, the display's name, okay, then you may need to play around with the captions, okay. The property names is called captions, okay, usually. And we need to assign values for those buttons, and some of them actually we do not put down any captions there because not allowed. Okay, they don't have this kind of properties. How to launch the user form? Okay, something very simple. Go and create an ActiveX control buttons, okay, program it, and the only thing that you need to put down is the object's name, okay, object name, okay, the user form's object's name, and .show, okay, that will show the corresponding user form. In your Excel file, you may have more than one user form, okay, make sure you give different names for different user form, and use the user form's object's name, okay, to display the corresponding object. Another thing that you have to know is this name, user form underscore initialize. I think I should have this one in the website somewhere. Okay, it's here. Okay, it's here. And you need to type this one into the editor, okay? And the spelling must be exactly the same as this one, okay? So you may actually copy from here, okay? So to make it work, and so this is the user form initializations, and what it does, it basically initializes all the values, okay, in the user form, okay? For examples. The text box, okay, initial values empty string, okay. The list box, okay, before that, okay, for the list box, we can set the values, okay, we're adding items to the list box by using .add items. Okay, so this is the format. This is the format, okay, add the items, okay, followed by a string data, but usually before that, we need to clear the list box. Okay, to empty the list box, because you probably need to reuse the list box multiple times, okay? In particular, when you need to clear the data, we set everything, and you should do the .clear, okay, before this one, okay? So you omit this one. Hey, James, I submit my work, okay, my assignment, I did not do this, okay, we will deduct you some marks, because this is not the proper way of implementing the list box. Okay, so this one has to be there. Okay, so this one dot clear before you add items. Okay, combo box is very similar, but the look and feel is a little bit different. Okay, we do the dot clear first before we add items. Okay, checkboxes. Okay, we just treat this as an object dot value, set the value to be true or false, something like that. Okay, and last time I also emphasized this one. Okay, why we need to do this? Do we have to have this one? Yes. Okay. What is this? Okay, so once you have prepared the entire user form, okay, the last thing that you want to do is to set focus. Okay, to indicate where the user should start from. Okay, so this one will bring the focus to the first one, the first text box. Okay, hey, after displaying all the value, the captions, labels, everything. Okay, go to the first item. Hey, user, you should start from the first item and then the next one and so on. Okay, so this is something to do with the user friendliness. Okay, and so that's why it's something. James looks a little bit trivial, but well, that counts, okay, into the user friendliness. Okay, so this one. Okay, so this one indicates where the set focus. The set focus will bring the vertical line to the top. Okay, otherwise it will be somewhere down here. Okay. So that's why, okay, make sure that set focus to the text box that you would like the user to begin with. Okay, so we're going to actually program the buttons. Okay, the first button is OK buttons. Once you have created the OK buttons, okay, yeah, you go to the view code, okay, and double click it. Right click this one, okay, then this one should be automatically insert to your editor. Okay, no need to worry about, hey, what's the spelling of names? No need, okay. When you do the right click and select this one, it brings you to the editor and it will include that particular names in the VB editor. And I think I have already explained this one, okay, some times ago. When you see a name, a subroutine's name like this, it contains two parts. The first part is object's name, the second part is the events. So it means that when someone click on this one, click on these objects, it will trigger this particular subroutine. Okay? I think I show you that. Okay, only single click, double clicks. Mouse over, mouse up, keys up. Okay, there are many other events that you can consider. Okay, but in most of my illustration examples, I only use underscore click. Okay, but you should know there are some other events that you could use. Clear buttons. Okay, clear button is basically reset everything. So in order to reset everything, you just call the user form underscore initialize. That's it. Okay. So that will bring you back to the initialization steps. Okay, to reset everything. Cancel buttons, something very simple. Just unload me. Okay, unload me meaning kill. It will kill the objects. Okay, me meaning the user form's objects. Okay, so unload this particular objects. And in the worksheets, there are two ActiveX buttons, ActiveX controls button. This is clear what you want to perform. Okay, when the user click the clear buttons, it has nothing to do with the user form. In this case, this one just work on the Excel worksheets data. Okay, so this one will go to the particular data style and clear the data. Okay, so I guess that's it. Okay, so basically I refresh your memory. Okay, so what you're supposed to do. okay, in the user form, okay, lots of steps involved. Okay, so I would like you to do one thing. The PowerPoint slide is slightly different. Okay, so last time probably some of you have downloaded the PDF file. Okay, hey James, how come different? Okay, I updated a little bit. Okay, and so this is what you need to do now. Okay, first of all, download the Excel files. The Excel file should be available here. Okay, the second, the last Excel files. Please download the files now. Download this one. And then you can open it. Go to the VB editor. There should be no programs inside. Okay, so you know what you're supposed to do, right? Insert modules to get yourself ready. Okay, and I have already created buttons here, which is a, let me see. So this one, okay, so what is this? Go to the design mode. Okay, go to design mode and click, and you can see that, okay, you can view the properties. Okay, open the properties, and this is we just confirmed that this is a command buttons. Command button, I think it is we have another name. It's called ActiveX controls buttons. Okay, so you should know how to actually program this ActiveX control buttons now. Okay, but what it's supposed to do? In the Excel file, there are two worksheets. Okay, go to the second one. Go to the second one. Well, this one is a column A and column B. Column A is the stock code. Okay, so as you can see the title, right? The title is right here. Sometimes I highlight it, okay, with different color, then student can see clearly what I'm talking about. The first column is stock code. This column B, it shows you the corresponding company names. Okay, company names. Okay, so we are going to come up with a user form. Okay, which is something that we can actually show a list of items, okay, for the user to pick, okay, for the user to pick. And then once the user pick the items, click the OK buttons, whatever been picked, okay, will be added, okay, appended to this table. Okay, append to the table, it will be, okay, if there's a new item comes in, okay, it will be added to the row number 7. And after that, we use the same interface. Add another item, it will be added to the row number 8, okay, and so on. So in other words, you have to figure out the way how can we count the number, where is the last row, okay, in the worksheets. Okay, well, there's a lot of things that we have to do, okay. So I would like to give you some time, okay, to work on this one now. How about this? Okay, so let's work on the user form first. User form. Okay, let's go and create the user form and assign these buttons to your user form and see whether you can interact with the user form. And of course, the user form should be able to retrieve data from this particular worksheet and construct the list items. I use the term list item, doesn't mean that you should use the list objects. You may consider combo box object as well. Okay, so I just use the general terms, a list of names. Okay, it seems I didn't give you a lot of details, right? So that's why it is up to you. Okay, it is up to you. Make sure that your developments, the user form can fulfill some kind of business requirement and user requirements. Okay, but I haven't mentioned those user requirement, business requirement. So that's why I leave it to you guys, okay, for the time being. to think about. I give you 5 minutes. I guess I saw some students actually have done the interface, okay, implement the user form. Okay, so I would like to kick off with some basic steps, okay, so to show you how to get it started. Okay, so once you have this one, okay, so number one I'm thinking is how can I show the user form? Okay, how can I show the user form? And the first thing I need to have the activate control buttons, okay, and then we go to the properties. And as I said, do not use the default names, okay, do not use the default name. Oh, by the way, okay, so you can connect to the Zoom meeting, okay, to see the screen. Okay, I think it's much better. Okay, so if you would like to actually see the what I'm typing here, okay, so clearly, so you can connect to the Zoom meeting. And okay, so this one I think is called the maybe I just call it CB. Okay, so this command buttons. Okay, so this is to add something. Okay, add a stock, something like that. Okay, I'm done with this one. I just want to change the name, and then so that's the first step. The number two is I go back to my VB editor. I just insert a new user form and go to see the property. I'm not happy with the properties. Okay, so this is the user form. Select the user form first. Change the user form name. Okay, so I think I have suggested. Okay, so use those names. Form, add, stop, done. Okay, so the display name, okay, caption, I think it should be something to do with the one that I present here is not a good one, right? So I'm still using the default name. Okay, so this is the to add stock. Okay, for example. Okay, so according to my the given PowerPoint slides, okay, I need to have 3 buttons. Okay, I need to have 3 buttons. Okay, the command button, I need to add 3 buttons there. So the first one, okay, once you have done it, then you can just select it and Control C, Control V. Control V. So you have 3 buttons now. Adjust the size. Okay. So I would like to take a look at the program. How can we actually show the user form? Okay. The first thing I need to come to my come and select my buttons. And right-click, View Code. Program it. Okay, but I don't remember the object's name. Okay. The object's name that I use should be the form, add, stop. You enter a dot, and then instantly it shows you the pull-down menu. It indicates this is the name that can be recognized by VBA. Okay, so it should be there. Okay, it should work. And this one I want to show something, right? And you can see the corresponding method. Okay, click this one, and that's it. Okay, and that's it. And so in order to do this, I have already activated design mode, turn it off. Click the buttons now, then you should be able to see the user form. Okay, it works. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to program the buttons. The first buttons, okay, the first button, this is OK buttons. And the display, the caption is okay. The second one is cancel button. The second one is clear, sorry. The second one is clear button. Okay, the last one should be the cancel. program the 3 buttons. The first one is, I would like to start from clear because it's easier. Okay, because it is easier. I need to go back, go and reference to my website. Okay, reference to my website. Okay, let's check it out here. The clear buttons here. Okay, so this is the clear buttons in the website. Okay, so you should be able to find the clear buttons. The clear buttons here. Okay, so I'll just program this one. To do this, select the buttons on the right hand side. And I think double click will do. Yeah, double click. Okay, double click this one. And then go back to the user form. And select the cancel buttons, double click, you can program this one. And the program, the statement that I should put in is unload me. Okay, so I usually copy and paste. Okay, and now we are going to do the initialize. Okay, the user form initialize program. It should be this one. User form initialize subroutine. Okay, so I will copy the first the name. Okay, the names, and I would like to put it here. Done. Okay. Do we confirm whether this one works? In particular, if you're a beginner, okay, first time to try this one. Okay, let me do this one. This one is init. User form init. Okay, so when we show the user form, this particular subroutine will be executed. So we expect to see a message box. Okay, when we launch, when we show the user form. So that's why I would like to click the buttons now and see whether I can see this user form. Okay, so it confirms that after clicking this one, I see this one. So confirm this one has been executed. Okay, for initialization purpose. So of course we would like to modify. Okay, I went back to the user interface part. Okay, but doesn't matter. Okay, we can go back to the programming area by double clicking the user form. I guess. Okay, yeah. You double click the user form, then you get back here. Okay, and of course this one's for demonstration purpose. Okay, we don't need this one. Okay, and so according to the design, okay, according to the design, we need to do something like this. And this one, okay, I suggested, okay, you should use a combo box object. Okay, and the names of the combo box objects should be like this. CT code, I think this is not appropriate. Okay, and we may modify this one. Okay, so anyway, we reference to this user interface and modify our user form, user interface. Okay, so the first one is label, and the second one is combo box. Okay, the labels and combo box. Okay, let me add a label. I call this, the caption is stock list. Okay, so this one's label 1. We are trying to replace the default name by something else. Okay, and combo box. I think this one is combo box. Okay, so this is the combo box. Okay, make sure you change the object's name. Object's name. Okay, object's name is here. Combo box. So this one, stock list, I think is better name. Okay, I use the combo box stock list. That's the object's name. Okay, I think should be no space in between. Okay, done. Okay, let me program this one. Okay, I may need to copy this name. Okay, because I would like to reuse this name later on. Okay, so in the initialization process, we would like to do something with the combo box stock list. Okay. Just now we actually remind ourselves we need to clear the combo box first before we add items. Okay, so maybe if I don't remember how to create the combo box objects, okay, in the initialization steps, okay, we may reference to this example program. Just follow this one, okay, with and end with. So this one, the combo box, we're going to add item. So we need to add something, right? We need to add the string data. But what to be added? I think that should be the list, right? That should be the if you look at this one, okay, James, I just follow your instructions to build the list, okay? But I think, is there any better way to implement the list? Okay, I think from the user point of view, okay, if I'm familiar with the stock code, okay, I should be fine with all these symbols. Okay, but if I'm new to stock market, or maybe some company names here, company here, actually new, okay, then I may have problem with recognizing those ticket symbols. So what should I do? The name only?
Like together with the
Together, okay? So make our programs more complicated. Okay, so, in here, how can we actually scan through the entire list? Okay, I think I have an example here. Determine the last row. Determine the last row. Okay. I got it from one of the program, okay, from the internet. And let's see what to do with this one. I'm sorry, I think I need so I just copied this one. Okay, I just copied this one. I think this one is going to the active worksheets. Okay, and it can determine the empty row. Okay, because you add one more there. Okay, in fact, this one can detect the last row, but since I want to add another thing, okay, so that will be we add one more. But what if this is number 6, okay? But if I switch to another worksheet, I would like to check out the column A of 3197. 3197. Okay, so let me double check whether this is correct. Okay, once you select the column A, okay, one of the data cells here, okay, and you hold down the control key, down arrow, and you go to this one, 3197, which is the last row. Okay, which is the last row. So sometimes ago I present you another statements, okay, which can also using Excel down, that kind of things. Oh no, Excel down will work. Excel up will work as well. Okay, so last time I showed you something else, okay, to determine these locations, but this is another way, okay. But this one actually using another worksheet, okay. I'm thinking whether we can modify this one. So while I'm in the main sheets, okay, is it possible to go to the another worksheet? Using worksheets objects, and you can specify the name of the worksheet. Yes, it works. Okay. Before that, okay, we just focus on the range column A. But at that time, we did not specify which worksheets. So in other words, the VBA will always refer to the active worksheets. But now, the active worksheet should be the main sheets. Okay, I would like to get the data from another worksheet, so I need to add another part. Okay, so this one, I think we have learned the worksheets, objects, and so on. So we should actually play around with this one, okay, to implement this part. Okay. So in other words, the data in the second worksheet right here, okay, the data starts from always be number 2, and then the last one should be here, okay. But this list will be actually modified later on over time. Okay, we have more items, we have more company in the stock market, and the list will be changed over time. So that's why we need to have a dynamic mechanisms to determine this. Okay, so this is the empty row. Okay, empty row. And determine the last row in the code worksheets. Okay, and the way to do it, we have to do this. And this is last row, and we have to deem the variables as long okay, so we can determine the last row. The first row is 2. Okay, that is fixed. I try to make it more proper. That's why I create a new variable to store the values. So in other words, I know where it starts, which row number, okay, to start and where to end. Okay, is it possible to collect the data from there? I think probably we can use the for next loop to implement this. Okay. I probably would like to use a for next loop. Okay, for next loop, usually we have a counter, right? Counter starting from the first row to the last row. Starting on 2. Until the last one. So this is a row number. Row number, I think we would like to get data from there. So if we have row number, so this is row number. I think I have probably would like to use another variable to represent this one. Okay, roll number. So since I have I have used a new variable, I need to declare it first. Okay, so starting from first row, last row. Okay, since we are using the row number, I think the best way is to use cells. Which column? Column A. Where you get the data from, right? Column A. And which worksheets? I think that's important. Which worksheets? This one. Then we will get the stock code, okay? And if we go to the column B, we will get the company name. So this is a stock code. And company names. And we get the company names from column B. And of course, we have to create those two variables at the top, and they should be string data. Okay, once we have collected two values from the same row, okay, and we should be able to maybe connect them and to present the final message. Okay, so like this. Okay, how can we combine these two? Okay, combine these two because in the end we need to add item. What item need to be added? And combining these two string data. Okay, so I'm thinking to add this one together with space in between and the company name. So we add items until the last one. So I should put this inside the for loop. I should put this inside the for loop. But by doing this, how about the with an end with? Okay, I have to put it outside. Okay, I think I should put it. Oh yeah. If it is only one line, okay. If this is only one line, okay. So I think we don't need to use it with an end with. Okay, so I try to figure out the best way to implement the program. I think we can just simply do this and we ignore the with an end with. Even though that is what we usually do, okay, with an end with multiple items. But this time, when we do the implementations, I think we can add the items one by one by using the for loop, and we should be able to add all these things to the list items. I think that's it. I think that's it. Okay, so maybe, let me see whether it works. Okay, it works. Okay, it has, you can see this stock code and also the company name, but I think this is not wide enough. I need to make it wider, okay? And this is also considered not very user-friendly because I cannot see the whole thing. Okay, so from the user point of view, okay, I want to see the whole thing. That's the whole purpose, right? You want to show me the list, right? So I want to see the whole thing. So in other words, I need to change this one. Go back to the interface. I just try to make it the biggest one, okay, the biggest, sorry. Okay, so let me try it one more time. Oh, that's big enough. pull down the manuals, A, B, C, D, up to the last one, down to the last one. Okay, I think APTK, APTV is the last one. Okay, done. So we have built the user form. And, but this one, I still have comments about this one, okay, probably for further improvement, further enhancement. Hey, the list is too long, okay? Oh, is it possible to type, when I type B, when I type B, it gives me all the list item, it contains B, okay? Not begin with B, okay? Not begin with letter B. So that's why, that's the behavior of the user form, the list, the combo box items, okay? When you type, okay, give you suggestions. If this is not what I wanted, I want a BAC. Is it possible? Yeah, it works, okay? Then you can type something here, okay? It helps you search for the name that you're looking for, okay, the item that you're looking for. So I think the further enhancement could be, okay, can we make it multiple lists, okay? Or maybe other ways that so the user can easily find the items they want, okay? But anyway, that's a further enhancements. So now let's get back to the program. And we have done most of the tasks already, except the OK button. Okay, we have done this one, we have done this one, we have done the user form. Okay. OK buttons. Okay, so how can we program the OK button? Just go back to the VB editor, double click the OK button, and you will be able to see this one. Okay? So what you want to do with this one? Just now during the implementation, we did not use the empty row. Actually, we did not use that one. If you're not going to use it, please make sure that you delete it before submissions. Okay? Make sure you do not have any unnecessary variables in your program. Okay? We will deduct you some marks. So, actually I think I prepared the empty row, okay, for the OK buttons, okay, it's just I made a mistake. And so now I realize that, I change my program, update my program. Okay, so when the user click the OK buttons, we would like to add the items, okay, to here. Oh, that may be a little bit difficult, okay? Yeah, how can we break it into two values? But anyway, I just tried it, okay, try it and see. When the user click the OK button, what happens is, whatever been selected by the user in the combo box, okay, combo box, where is it? Okay, combo box, whatever in the combo box is going to be, I think is values, right? Is values, combo box values. So, reference to the OK buttons program. Okay, if we are dealing with combo box, combo box, okay, if you are dealing with combo box, okay, how you get the value from the combo box dot values, okay, combo box dot values. That we can get the values from the combo box, okay, the item being selected by the user, okay, represented by dot values. So where you want to put it? I want to put it into the new row, which is empty row. Okay, empty row, which column? Column A. I think that's it. Okay, we can get the value from combo box. Where we put it in column A, the empty row. Okay, empty row, we just examine this one, we determine that one will be the new one. Okay, okay, so let's give it a try. So, display this one, select an items, click OK. done. But that's not what we wanted. We want to have the stock code in the column A, company names in column B. So I have to figure out how can we actually collect the informations. Okay, perhaps you may actually try it and see how can we split the data. Okay, and right now we put two things together, and we have to split it into two string. Okay, I think Excel has some kind of formula can help you on this one. Okay, so I leave it to you. Okay, I leave it to you how to actually split these two. Okay, in fact, if we follow these instructions, okay, if we follow these instructions like this, follow this design, okay, and we should be fine because if I pick the combo box dot value, I will be able to get this stock code and put in the column A. And how can we find the company names? Okay, we just have a mechanisms to search for the names, okay, in column A and find the corresponding value in column B. Okay, then we will be able to get the value and put it into the column B. Okay, so but anyway, I think it's good to let you try this one, and the program is not complete. Okay, not completed yet, and I would like to leave it to you. Okay, to handle the remaining problems and so on. Okay, so once you have done, okay, upload to Canvas. Okay, so if you have done this one, okay, to practice your coding skills, and I believe you can actually try to use a ChatGPT. Okay, if you know how to ask the questions, then you should be able to get the corresponding program. Okay, from ChatGPT, help you implement the program. Okay, so once you're done, submit to Canvas. Okay, if I have received your program, then I will actually give you some feedback in the next lectures. Okay, so that's basically the exercise for the user form. Okay, at least we tried how to build the user form, how to program the three buttons, how to actually program the initializations subroutine in the exercise. Any questions? Anything that not clear to you? And even follow my instruction. Okay, James, there are lots of further enhancements in your programs. Okay, yes. Okay, I think that's also part of the learning. In particular, this one. Hey, James, you didn't follow your own rules. Okay, you should not use the default name. Okay, so this is something that you need to change. Okay, and okay, so I leave it to you guys then. Okay, without, we still have about 20 minutes. Okay, so why don't we start a new topic? So let me save this one first. Okay, when you save, make sure that you save it as XLSM. Okay, otherwise program's gone. Okay, I would like to start a new topic, solver. Okay, solver, and that requires some kind of setup. You may need to set up your Excel. Okay, in order to use solver, so I will go through some steps. Okay, so please go and download the PDF. Okay, if you have not done so. So go to the April 9. And this is the PDF files. Okay, please open it because we're going to follow the steps for the installations. Okay, solver. We would like to actually show you how to implement solver with VBA, and we would like to highlight something. Okay, on top of the implementations. Okay, we would like to emphasize on the use of VBA, okay, using meaningful names, okay, by the time that user meaning in this case other developers, when other developer check out your program, okay, when they see the setup, okay, and they actually get to know what you have done, okay, so this is something to do with meaningful names, name the range, and so on. So we'd like to demonstrate this one in this particular illustrations. And you're going to learn how to use a solver, okay, and also some other things, okay, meaningful names, use of VBA, and so on. Solver is for optimizations, okay. I would like to give you the simple examples here. And these simple examples, okay, which is a company, it can produce 3 types of products, A, B, C. Okay? By selling the products, company make profits. And the company would like to maximize the profits, okay? So they would like to know how many products of each type, okay, they would like to produce in order to maximize the profit, okay? And so this is, I think, simple questions for most of the company, okay? But there must be some kind of constraint and assumption that you should know, okay? For this one, every month the company can only produce 300 products, okay? No matter which types of products, okay? The total must be, cannot be more than 300. The selling price, okay, this is really strange, okay? So each product selling price $20. And in reality, okay, the number could be different, but I try to make it simple. Then everybody knows about the how to actually compare with the model answer, okay, with the output from the solver, okay. The cost elements, well, very simple. This example, okay, only production cost, nothing else, okay. Equipment, resources, labor, okay, all this, okay, not part of the considerations. Okay, when we maximize the profits, okay, so this is for demonstration purpose, okay. So we're going to develop a program to determine the number of A and B and C in order to maximize the profit, okay. So something simple, okay. But before we do this, okay, let's set up the solver first, okay. I would like to probably do it this way, okay. Go and open Microsoft Excel. And open a brand new. This one, okay. So on the side, I would like to show you the PowerPoint slides, okay. But I think I can only show you part of it, okay, like this, okay. And so you can refer to the PDF, and this is the demonstration on the right-hand side. Okay, so first of all, we go to Files. And we go to Options. So when you go to Option, then you see the add-ins. Go and select add-ins. And then you go to Go. This button. And you should check this box. Solver add-in. I remember I did that some times ago, okay? And now I used it again, okay, it disappeared. Okay, so in other words, if you have set up the things today, okay, probably after work, okay, a few days later or 1 week later, hey, probably you have to redo this one. If you cannot see the solver add-in in your Excel, okay? So these steps, okay, probably you need to repeat it several times, okay? So once you have done it, you simply click OK. Okay, once you're done, go and check out the data. Go to the data. Go to data, and you should be able to find the solver should be the last one on the right-hand side. Okay, on the right-hand side. Okay. So that means that you have already installed the add-ins to your Excel, and you can use the software now, okay, without VBA. But of course, we would like to use VBA as well. So what should we do now? Okay, go to developer, go to VB, go and open the VB editor, go to tools, references, tools, references, and you see a list of items, and you see software. Okay, I can see software. Some of you may not be able to see this one, okay, because this is somewhere else, okay, not at the top, okay. Then you have to scroll down to the bottom of the list, okay, to find out where is it, okay. And make sure that you have a tick here. You check the box. So what's the meanings of by doing this? Okay, so in other words, in VBA, if you would like to program the software, okay, you have to turn on this one. Okay, you have to reference to this one. If you once you have done it, then you can in your VBA you can use all these functions, software functions, to perform the operations, to add constraints, add variables, and other things. Okay, and software as well. So software basically perform the optimizations. And so this one is for VBA. So just now we did that for the Excel. So two different parts. Okay, two different parts. And this one keep changing. Okay, unfortunately. Okay, so James, I have done the program in the class, and at that time it worked. And now when I get back home and I try to rerun the program, the same program, I didn't change anything, okay? And how come it doesn't work, okay? So check out whether you have the tick or not, okay? This tick may be disabled by the programs, by the systems, okay? So please double check this one. If the program doesn't work, in particular, it complains about those functions. If this function is not available, and so on. In other words, you did not check this box. Okay. So verify all this before you can run the program. Okay. So we have an Excel file. Okay, I forgot to open that one. Okay. So I think I should download the Excel files now. Go to the website. Download the Excel files. Okay, the Excel file is right here. Okay, second one, Excel SX. Download it and open it. Enable editing, so you have the Excel file. A simple tables, okay, so we have products A, B, C. And I think probably can show you in the PowerPoint slides. Okay, so we have the three products A, B, C, and we have the total. Okay, the calculated unit. Okay, how many units produced by the company, and the sales price all 20. The costs are different, profits are different as well. So how can we calculate the profit for each product? Okay, basically we use this kind of calculations. Okay, the profit multiplied the number of units. Okay, and we can actually do the calculation, and at the end, okay, we can calculate the total profit. So this is what we try to maximize. Okay, and by changing these numbers. Okay, so but remember when you use software, make sure that you have formula. You use formulas in Excel. Okay, like this. Okay, otherwise, okay, how? Well, it's difficult for to change to maximize the values. Okay, if the total profits here has no relationship with the unit, no relationship with the profit. Okay, so that's difficult. Okay, to maximize the give you the output. Okay, by maximizing the profit. So in other words, we should have a formula in our Excel. Okay, but we don't see them. Okay, so one way to show all formula is to use the control apostrophe. hold down the control key, apostrophe, which is the upper left corner. Upper left corner, that's apostrophe. Once you have done it, it shows you all formulas in your Excel worksheets. Control and upper left corner, okay, which is the apostrophe, then it can show you all formulas that you use. And if you would like to get back to the previous status, okay, control the apostrophe one more time, and you see the numbers, okay, the output of the formulas. Okay, so we've done the first steps. Okay, so what's the next steps? We're going to use the solver interface to program it. Okay, so where's solver? Okay, data. Okay, go to the data tab and go to solver. Click the buttons, then you see the interface like this. Okay, so that's how you play around with the how to configure the things to do the to solve the problem for you. Okay, the step number one is reset all. It is important to reset all because this program, this Excel file, been used by me. Okay, sometimes ago. At that time, I probably did the same thing, but you cannot guarantee it. Okay, so reset all to make sure that you start from the beginning. Okay, otherwise you probably accumulate some other constraint into the interface. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, reset all, and in fact this is a required step. Okay, so cannot be ignored. Okay, James, I can actually without doing reset all, I still be able to get this done. No. Okay, this is the required steps. Okay, so let's program, let's set up the solver interface, the engine. Okay, number one, I would like to set the objective. Objective is right here, the first box. Okay, click this one. Click this button, and you should be able to see this. Okay, where is the objectives? Oh, the objective is there. Okay, so once you have done this one, go and select this F5. Go and select F5, and once you're done, click the cross buttons. Okay? Click the cross button, you get back here. And then you're going to set, okay, maximize, minimization, and values off. Okay, we have three choices, three options. And of course, we would like to maximize the profit. So that's why maximize the objective. That's what it means. And now I'm going to change the variables. Okay, to change the variables, okay, go to the second one. Okay, you click these buttons and the similar buttons, and we should be able to, and you should be able to see this. Okay, by changing B2 to B4. B2 to B4. Okay, by changing those value and click the cross buttons. Okay, so that PowerPoint just showed you what you should select it, and then set the constraint. Set the constraint, you need to actually click the Add button. This one. So the constraint is, here, the interface here. The first one is, so I need to select this. Okay, this is the first one. I just select the first one, B2. B2 should be less than equal to 300. Okay, once you're done, add another one. B3 less than 0 to 300. Add another one. 300. No, 0. It should be 0, sorry. I messed up. That should be 0. And the last one is the total, okay? The total is, I need to add another one. So this one should be less than equal to 300. I think I made a mistake, right? It should be large. Large is that. So I need to put down the menu and change the operator. Okay. So once you have done this one, you set all the constraints already. And there are some other options, okay? So make unconstrained variables more negative, okay? Keep it, okay? So this is an algorithm that you can use, you can choose from, but I'm not familiar with this kind of algorithm, okay? So use the default one. I think it should be able to get this done. So once you have done everything, set up everything, you can click the solve buttons. Oh, this is output. Okay. They give me options. Okay. You want to keep the solver solution. You want to see the answer report. You want to see the sensitivity report, and so on. You just select. Okay. But for me, I just managers in the factory. I just want to use a solver program, and hopefully the solver program give me suggestions. Okay. Which product I need to produce, okay, and for how many, okay. So I am not familiar with this one, okay. So I better not to see this one. So that's something I have in mind. When I program this, I don't want to see this. I do not want to see this, okay. We'll figure out how to get rid of this one, okay, without showing this to the user. So once again, user friendliness. Okay, click OK, confirm, done. I think it is natural, okay, so I think the answer is correct, okay. Yeah, because this one, the product speed can give you the highest profit. And of course, if we can spend all the resources to produce this product speed, I can give the quota, the 300, all to these particular products. I should be able to get the maximum profit, okay, for the company. So I think this answer is correct, okay. So that's why at the beginning, I actually set up this simple examples. Because I will be able to double check the answer produced by the solver. Okay. Okay. So we continue in the next lectures. Okay. So we have done the solver, okay, without using VBA. So the next step is how can we write a program, VBA program, to control this entire process. I think the easiest way to do is use macro recorder. Okay, if you can repeat the same steps one more time, when with the macro recorder, it can produce the programs. So you can actually modify from there, and actually we will be doing this in the next lectures. Okay. So today's lecture, at least we have tried the user form, okay, and this is very important things, okay. So all the applications that you build, then you need the graphical user interface anyway. So I think it's good practice. Okay, so I guess that's all. Okay, once you have done the program, okay, for the user form exercise, okay, feel free to upload to Canvas, and we can take a look and give you some feedback in the next lectures. Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, see you guys in next time. Next lecture.